Alright, shalom, shalom, it's the brother Kadash.
Shalom, Mr. Brother Kwame.
I want to start off by giving our praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakafadash.
We're going to hop straight into it. You know, we've been going through the law, statutes, and commandments, and that's really been a spirit that's been leading us through it, because what's been going on lately has a lot to do with the law, statutes, and commandments, what you've been seeing going on in the world. There's been a lot of arguments about what this means, this breakdown of this precept, and then there's been a lot of, like, I would say, misconduct on a lot of different brothers' behavior. Brothers that's in the truth or out of the truth. There's been a lot of misconduct, man. So really what the law, statutes, and commandments do is it sorts all that out. You know, it makes things plain upon the table. You know, because when you get a lot of people going based off their feelings about different things, and this even happened with brothers that are so-called in the truth, they really go off their feelings and they follow commandments of man rather than following the Bible, the word. You see what I'm saying? And then they show themselves to really have a problem with the word, man, because they don't want to follow the word for what it says if it goes against somebody that they like, which goes back into feelings and being emotional. You know, so it's been very spiritual for us to go through these law, statutes, and commandments to break it down and make it plain upon the table. So another thing that's been going on is the haters of God are starting to be revealed more and more, man. And it's not just brothers outside the truth, it's brothers in the truth too, man. Haters of God, man. Just do what the Lord said, man. Don't add to it, don't take away from it. Brothers get mad because they want to add to it, and then they want to hold you to a standard of the shit that they added to. But they don't just want to follow the laws for what they are, man. And that's a big problem. And then you got brothers that literally hate God. They want to question everything God say. Everything the Lord said, we just using God as a title. But they want to question everything the Father Yahweh says, man. But then they want to act like they just live in their own reality and got their own freedom and shit. But they want to question everything the Lord says, right? But then they follow everything Esau tells them to do. And then they say, well, why do I got to follow the Lord? They question everything. Why I got to do that? How does that make sense? How is that fair that he told me I have to do this? I can't eat pork or something like that. Or I got to cut my hair or something like that. But Esau tell you got to stop at a red light. You stop. Esau tell you that you got to have plates on your car and insurance. You get plates on your car and insurance. Esau pulls up behind you with the red and blue lights and to pull you over, and you pull over. You don't just keep going. You pull over for him. Esau tells you have to have permission or a license to do anything and everything. If you got a home, you got to pay property tax. If you want to build onto your own home on your own land, you have to get a permit, a building permit to do it. If you want to sell liquor, you have to get a liquor license. If you want to open a business, you have to get a business license, and you have to pay taxes to Esau, man. Ask only in a Hellcat how that shit go if you don't pay your taxes. If you making millions off a loophole and you don't pay your taxes, what they're going to do? They come seize all your shit, your jewelry, your cars, your homes, your bank accounts, and you looking at jail time just like he did. And he was a multi-millionaire with a lot of connections and a lot of power, man. So you do what Esau tell you at the end of the day, or else. Or there's punishment for it. But you don't want to follow the Bible. You don't want to follow the Lord. You want to question everything that the Lord say do. But you out here just following all the rules. And really, Esau got more laws than even the Bible got. But you follow Esau laws because you're scared of that punishment. And that's what the prophets are here telling you. Hey, there's a punishment that's coming, man. You need to be scared of the Lord and the punishment that the Lord got coming for your ass, man. That's what you need to be scared of, because you're scared of Esau punishing you. So you won't even run a red light because you're really afraid, or you don't want to get a ticket for running a red light. And that's a small punishment. So just imagine when the Lord comes back with that wrath and that fire and brimstone. You need to be more worried about that punishment, man, than a little small punishment. Apostle Paul was put in prison. What the fuck is that? Disciple Peter was put in prison. What the fuck is prison compared to being thrown in that lake of fire, man? That's the punishment that you need to be worried about. It's hypocritical, man. Because I had a guy tell me that. Like, he said he was a master of his own reality. I believe I put the video up. Let me check on my channel. Called Master of My Own Reality BS. Y'all need to check out that video. It's very powerful. He said he's a master of his own reality. And as soon as we got the car, I said, hey, how are you a master of your own reality? You got a plate on your car. So you mean you manifesting your own reality that you needed to put a plate on your car in order to drive around, and you had to go pay the DMV to get the plate and get the sticker and the registration? That was a part of you being a master of your own reality. Stop the fucking cap and the bullshit, man. That was not a part of you being your own boss and your own master of your own reality. No, the fuck it wasn't. You followed a man that came up with the whole plate and the registration, or a group of men, a corporation that came up with that and said, hey, the people that drive on this street that are United States citizens have to have this plate. And you followed it, man. Because they told you that you had to do it, man. So it's bullshit.
You got something, right? I'm trying to find this, bro. This shit. Yeah, man.
I'm just looking on my channel to find this thing. So that's what you fucking follow, man. So you do follow, man. We all follow, man. At the end of the day, we forced to follow Esau, man. But guess what? Esau got his time coming. But we choose to follow the Lord. What happened with Eleazar, man? When the king wanted him to eat swine flesh, which is pork. So at some point in time, which is really going to happen when the MOTB, the mark of the beast, come, which is the microchip. When that thing come, you're going to have to choose a side, man. And that's why the Bible says, when you're done with that, can you get that in, I think Matthew 10, close to the end, where it says, those that should find life should lose life, those that should lose life should find life. So really, it's going to come upon a time where you're going to have to make a choice, man. Right now, you balance it out. You follow Esau law so you don't get in trouble, because you know you like a sheep in the midst of wolves. But if it goes to the point where you have to sin against the Lord, then you got to make a choice, just like Eleazar or just over pork, man. A lot of you niggas are sellouts, man. You say, well, we follow the Lord, but Esau did this and Esau did that, so we had to go take the jump shot. No, the fuck you didn't, man. You were supposed to make a choice right there, man. Make a stand to follow the Lord, man. Because like I said, Eleazar, and in the next chapter over there, 2nd Esdras, Second Maccabees, after chapter 6, I believe it's chapter 7, with the 7 brothers. It's the same thing with them. They all got put to death one after another, right? Because they refused to eat swine flesh, man. Because it went against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, man. So you can't say, hey, Esau's gonna kill me, so that's why I ate the swine's flesh. You gotta be a man. You gotta take that death and say, I'm not gonna sin against the Lord, man. And the Lord may send an angel at the very last moment to save you, but you gotta believe to the end. You can't say, hey, well, Esau was threatening my family, and he's gonna take away my income stream that I used to feed my family. So because of that, I just went and took the MOTB. But the Lord knows my heart, and the Lord knows I love him, but Esau just had this over me, so I had to take it. No, you're done. So at some point in time, you're going to have to make a stand for the Lord, man. And another thing I want to say, man, these guys that hate the Lord, they hate us. So we may be cool with them, we may be family with them in real life, but guess what? They are enemies, man. Because if they're an enemy of the Lord and they hate the Lord, guess what? They're enemies to us too, because we for the Lord. Could you get that Amos 3 real quick? Or you got that Matthew 10?
Yeah, and I want to say something too. I was just telling somebody, before we started camp, that when we come into this truth, we are now re-raising ourselves according to the word, because when we was raised by our parents growing up, they wasn't raising us according to the Bible, right? They wasn't raising us according to the Bible. So now when we come into the truth, we re-raising ourselves and teaching ourselves the right way and how we supposed to walk according to the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord set for us. You know what I mean? So we have to come out of that, where we have to come out of how we was taught growing up, and like I said, come into this word and re-raise ourselves. But this is Matthew 10:39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
And that's going to happen with the MOTB. Now, if you're talking about really, well, it says you lose your life. It's talking about your lifestyle, man. We going to lose our lifestyle, man. We're going to have to go pretty much into the wilderness, man. Underground with this thing. Right? Until the Lord comes back and hopefully we be saved. But those that try to keep their lifestyle, the Kardashians, the rappers, you know what I mean, the entertainers, LeBron, all of them going to try to keep their lifestyle, which is going to lead to them taking the MOTB, which is going to lead to them actually losing their life in the end. You see what I'm saying? Can you get that Amos 3, the two brought together? It's just that simple, man. So the haters of God is haters of us, man, because we for the Lord. These guys, yeah, they were raised a certain type of way, but once you tell them and you rebuke them and you show them, and they still want to go against it and they want to feel some type of way about the Lord, guess what? They are haters of God until they repent. If they end up repenting in a year or 3 months, then hey, that's good. They can still get in. But until that day they repent, they are haters and they're enemies of God, man. This is what two walk together except they agree. This is what this means. This ain't talking about different camps and brothers with different doctrines. We do agree because we agree that we believe in the Lord at the end of the day. We got different understandings on different parts, but for the main part, we agree that we believe in the Lord, man. This is talking about the 2/3 and the 1/3. Because the 2/3 and 1/3 walk together. Are we supposed to come together? Did the Lord sit with the sinners? Yes, he did sit with the sinners so he could teach the sinners. He went to the sinners to teach the sinners, man. That's what this is about. You got that in Amos 3?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
It should be like verse 7 or something like that. 7 or 8. Shit, just start at like verse 4. If they're evil in a city, that should be done.
Yeah, it say verse 4. Will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing? Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gain is for him? Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it?
That goes to Isaiah 45. The Lord controls good and evil, light and darkness.
Surely the Lord God will do nothing but revealeth his secrets to his servants and prophets.
That's what we are here, because the Lord revealed these things to his prophets. And what prophets supposed to do? Go out and teach and prophesy.
The lion hath roared, who will not fear. The Lord God hath spoken, who can but prophesy. Published in the palaces of Ashad, and in the palaces in the land of Egypt, and say, assemble yourselves upon the mountains of Samaria, and behold the great.
I think you skipped it. Go back to verse.
Oh yeah, it's right. Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
And that's the point that we was trying to get. Can two walk together except they be agreed? If they hate God, we love God. Just using the name as the title, right? We can't really walk together, man. And it's sad because you be like, man, this somebody close to me. This somebody I grew up with. This somebody I love. You kind of got to go your own way. They got to go their own way because they hate God, but you love God.
Yeah.
This ain't talking about brothers that's in the truth. And he was a part of IUIC. I was a part of Sakari. Me and him can't walk together because on some of the scriptures we got different slightly understandings on it. We still agree because we still both believe that we're Hebrew Israelites and that we both believe in the Lord and have faith in the Lord. Everything else is going to be corrected when the Lord comes back. This is talking about the 2/3, 1/3. These guys on the outside that hate God, enemies of God, and then the men that are for God. Because let me break it down. Let me prove it. When the elect is saved, we all agree, right, that the elect is going to be saved from different camps. There's elect amongst different camps and different groups, right? So that by default means that whoever the elect is, the elect are going to have different understandings, right? If you got an elect from IUIC and you got an elect from GMS, right, which we all believe that is possible, right, that means that they have different understandings on the new moon. But there's still the elect from GMS and still the elect from IUIC, even though they got different understandings on the new moon. But if they're still the elect, they're going to be saved. What does that mean? The Lord is going to correct them. That's why it says in Ezekiel 20, the Lord should cause them to pass under the rod. The rod is for correction. So he's going to correct them, man. And then they're going to be one. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference, right? But these guys that hate the Lord, that don't believe in the Lord, versus the guys that do believe in the Lord, and the MOTB really going to put that silver lining in between, man. Because you're going to have to choose a side. Ain't going to be no more playing the fence. You either going to take it or you're not.
Where we at, Romans?
We at Romans? You got something in Romans?
No. Deuteronomy. Oh yeah, we already touched on Romans. Yeah, so Deuteronomy 20 at the top. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemy and seest horses and chariots and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord God is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
You said what chapter is it?
20.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 21. I said 21.
Verse 2. And it shall be when ye are come nigh unto the battle that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them.
And in a spiritual, that's in a physical way, but in a spiritual way, the prophets are saying that today. Because it's a spiritual battle that's going on right now. And we saying, don't be afraid, man. Get out here on these highways and byways, man. Be woke, man. Stand for the truth. Stand for the Lord. Don't be afraid. So that's happening spiritually right now.
Verse 4. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies to save you.
Right. So it should be 100 of us down here right now. We shouldn't be afraid. We should be ganged up down here doing the work of the Lord. But that's not how it is. Many are called, few are chosen.
Verse 5. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house and have not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. And that man is he that hath planted a vineyard and have not yet eaten of it.
You got that? Want me to break it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, so it's just saying that you got to pretty much do your own work, right? You got to do your own work and you got to dedicate to it. I mean, in order for you to reap the benefits of what you do. In order to reap the benefits of what the Lord tells us that comes to us, we have to first do the work.
Yeah, read that one back on.
Okay, verse 5. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house and have not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in battle and another man dedicate it.
Right, so that's the law. And this goes back to the law of when a man gets married, when he has a wife, and you know they have kids and stuff like that, he can't go to war because he just established a new family, a new home.
Right.
So he can't go to war now, because if he go to war, he get killed on the battlefield. Now his family is left fatherless, and now another man has to step in to take care of that family. So this is the laws when it comes to war, man. So anybody at the age, I believe that's in Numbers, anybody in the age of 20 and up was allowed to go to war. But if a man just had a wife or just had children, he couldn't go to war. He wasn't eligible. So it's like draft. It's like stipulations to the draft of going to war for Israel. So yeah, so a lot of people don't know that. If you just had a family, kids or something like that, you can't go to war. You're not eligible to go to war. You have to stay home to dedicate to build up that household. So really, Israel, we're about our families. And that's why I always said, 1 Corinthians 11, along with the law, statutes, and commandments, that's the true order of the Lord. That's the true way of the Lord. Israel is about families coming together. Every man's the king and the head of his own family, and we can come together based off the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the order of the Lord. That's the ranking of the Lord. So if a man was the king of his household, he's dedicated and he just made a new household, he can't go to war with the rest of the man. Because some of our men was so tough and strong, they wanted to go to war. Like, man, I'm going to war. And shit, they got to be held back like, no, you can't go. No, I'm going. No, you can't go. No, I'm going. No, you can't go because you just had a family. Sit back, man. Dedicate to your family. So it actually has to be a law in there to stop the man from going to war. Like, bro, you can't go because the law says this. You just had a family. Sit back. Because some of our men was so strong and tough, man, they wanted to go get it on. Yeah. Just imagine the war against Esau. Niggas gonna be like, man, I'm getting my hands on Esau. No, you can't. You just had a family. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But during this time, we all gonna get our lick if you be the elect on Esau.
Yeah, and on top of that, because the man is, just like you said, the man is the ruler of the household, so the man is put in that position to teach. And if he's not there, he just had a family, then who gonna teach his son or his daughter, you know, up in the ways of the Lord? You know what I'm saying? So he has to be there to do that.
Yeah. And then that puts the burden on his brother if he die on the battlefield. Now his brother got to take that family. You see what I'm saying? Or she can remarry you too.
Verse 6. And what man is he that hath planted a vineyard and have not yet eaten of it? Let him also go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, for another man eat of it.
You see that? So he got to return to that house that he built, because if he died, then guess what's going to happen? Another man going to slide in. That's just how it works. She's a widow, she can remarry him.
And what man is there that hath betrothed a wife and have not taken her? let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her.
Yeah, so even if you betroth a wife, you ain't even had sex with her yet, because sex is marriage in the Bible, but you just chose her. Pretty much you claim her.
Courtship.
Hey, yeah, you in courtship phase with her, courtship mode, y'all get to know each other, y'all taking y'all time. Everybody know like, hey, that's Kadash, new little piece, new little thing. He betrothed her, he claimed her. You see what I'm saying? I claim her, that's mine. You let the brothers know. Hey, I claimed her. You know, I claim her, bro. Brothers, you gotta fall back. It don't matter if she looked at you cute or if you like her, bro. She might kind of like me too. Bro already claimed her. It's over with. When she come to you, because now she betrothed. And this why I love going through the laws, because you niggas is guilty of this shit, man. When she come to you, say, hey, I like you, man. You say, hey, shorty, I can't do nothing with you. You gotta go talk to bro. Y'all gotta sit down and have a conversation. Y'all sit down, and he say, hey, look, I ain't even gonna claim you or nothing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna release you. You know what I mean? We talk, we courtship, we ain't really feeling each other vibe. Then that'd be known that other brothers could take their shot at her. This shit that we grew up knowing. But what gets mixed in is, bro, be like, if she choose me, she choose me. If she choose you, she know that we don't let the woman choose. We choose. If bro choose her and he claim her and he say, hey, he beat you to the punch and say, hey, man, I claim her. Me and Shorty was talking. I claim her, bro. I'm finna talk to her. You gotta back up. It don't matter if she say she like you. You gotta back up out of respect for that brother. She's betrothed to him. Niggas don't like that. Or that's adultery. And the person of adultery is death.
Verse 8, and the officer shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren heart faint as well as his heart.
Yeah, so if the nigga is all scary and shit, man, don't force him out there on the battlefield. He's scared. I'm scared of Goliath. I'm scared, bro. Man, you gotta get your ass on this battlefield. We don't care. Nah, you can't do that, man. He all fearful and shit like that in the heart. He gotta stay back, man. So this is really setting up our army, because we want our strongest man out there so we can win, of course. If he fearful, we gotta step back. Back to the adultery thing, man. And that is adultery. Once a brother claims a woman, if he ain't even had sex with her yet, you go have sex with her, that's adultery. He ain't had sex with her yet, but he claimed her, he betrothed her. You know, make it clear. You know, hey, I betrothed her. Once the brother say that, it's over with, bro. It's over with unless he don't want to go fully into having sex with her, then it's over with. It just is what it is. Now, that's why it says we're going to need to be clean. We're going to be washed. That's why it says in Zechariah 13, the Lord should bring us through that fire. Can you get that Zechariah 13? I want to get straight to the point, like verse 8, right? Right? Because you might say, okay, and this is a good question for brothers that just come in the truth. They ask this, I ask this question too. They say, okay, so what if you get with a woman, she ain't no virgin today? Wouldn't that be adultery because her first husband her husband's actually took her virginity? And then it's like, the answer is like, yeah, but that's why we need to be clean. That's why we need the Lord. Because any woman you come across, for the most part at this age, they're not virgins. You see what I'm saying? So her husband's actually the dude that took her virginity. But, you know, that's why we have this. We in this time where we have repentance and we have forgiveness. We have grace. That's the word I'm looking for. We have grace. That's what the grace is for. So if you do take a wife, you know, you ain't take her virginity. You still take her to be a wife, man. And in the spirit, the Lord to make her your wife, man. The Lord acknowledge her as your wife, man. And you're going to be cleaned at the end of the day. You know, that's why when the Lord comes back, we ain't going into the kingdom with these corruptible bodies, man. We get new, clean, fresh, incorruptible bodies. That's why that has to happen. If we was 100% clean and 100% righteous right now, we'd just go into the kingdom with the bodies we got. But we know that these bodies are filthy. So these bodies are going to be destroyed, man. Or done away with. However the Lord does it, the Bible don't explain. It says we should be called up in the heavens and we should be changed in the twinkling of an eye. But that's why it says we're going to get those incorruptible bodies, man. And that's just the answer to that. So don't be afraid. Deal with women, take wives. You know, pray to the Lord.
Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in the land that saith the Lord, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and a third part shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They should. Yeah, so just like the brother was saying, so I mean, we gotta have these new bottles. We got these new bodies. We gotta get put in our new bodies because these bodies are full of sin, right? And when we come into the kingdom of heaven, it's gonna be a righteous place. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be full of sin, you know, filthy. You know what I'm saying? So to speak, these bodies is filthy. We done broke some of every law. You know what I mean? So we gotta rewash. We gotta be reborn.
And what that, and fire is a cleaning agent, right?
Fire is definitely a cleaning agent. So
he say he's gonna bring us through the fire. But are we gonna literally die in fire? No. But he said he's gonna bring us through that Jacob's trouble. That's the fire.
yeah.
And he's gonna clean us. And he said in Ezekiel 20, he's gonna pass us under the rod. So he's gonna chastise and correct us, man. That's all a part of that cleaning stage is happening right now. We learning. We in the truth, we prepare. That's why we doing this, man. We building ourselves up in the spirit and preparing ourselves every week when we come out here and do this work for the Lord, man. And then what else? We stacking up that spiritual bait. All this that we do, we stacking up that spiritual bait, man.
Yeah, so just like we say, this work is not in vain. And even for the brothers, and even for people that's not out there on the highways and byways, but they reading the Bible and they learning, you know what I'm saying, they trying to live according to the Bible, that's not in vain. You know what I'm saying? All of that's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be people that's going to be of the elect that's not out here on the highways and byways.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So as long as you in this word and you trying to walk and you trying to live how the Bible is, how we should have been living since birth, and you trying to come back into that, you know what I'm saying, to the best of your ability, then you know you could potentially be of the elect. But you know you have to be following or trying to follow these words.
Because our women ain't out here on the highways and byways, yeah. But through childbirth, through childbearing, they could be saved through you.
Yeah.
And then same thing with your children. They ain't on the highways and byways, but they could be saved. Shit, 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, they ain't on the highways and byways, but they could be saved.
For real. And that's why you gotta be courtship in your house too. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you can that's the benefit of, you know, you pushing these laws to your woman, right, who is spending majority of the time with your kids, so when you absent, you know, they can still be getting taught. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Lord got order set up the way he got it set up. We teach them, you know what I'm saying? Or we teach our family pretty much, but it might be, your kids might be getting taught through you and your woman. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's all been a, yeah.
Because they might not even see it right now, but you see it, so you want to really try to push it because you want to get salvation, right? And you want your family to get salvation. They may not see the big picture, but that's why the Lord gave it to you to see the big picture, so you can get them to see the big picture, so y'all can get that salvation. Hey, honey, you know, we can have fun and shit. We can kick it. We can have fun. The laws don't stop us from having fun. We can have fun. We can go out, drink a little bit. We can go out and dance. There ain't no laws against that. We can all have our fun, but hey, let's do this too, so we can secure our future. You see what I'm saying? So we can have salvation. Let's be this way. Let's act this way. The laws is great, bro. People be thinking the laws make you a lame or something. The laws don't make you no lame. The laws actually make you more wiser and smoother. Make you more of a boss because you know how to handle things. You know how to do things. When everybody else, when some shit happen, everybody else go off their feelings. They don't know what to do. What we gonna do? You got the answers. Hey, look, we gonna set this up like this. You see what I'm saying? We in this law right now. Hey man, we finna go to war, bro. How we gonna set up? They don't know. They just go off their feelings. But you can step in, and everybody gonna look at you like, damn, he got great wisdom. Then they look at the Lord Yahushua like that when he was just a young kid, right? They was astonished by the wisdom that he had, man. Right? Because then you got the wisdom. Hey, look, everybody 20 and up. I believe it says 20 up. It could be 18. I gotta refresh. I know that's in numbers. Maybe even numbers like
yeah, and that's really what a virgin is an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go into the Hebrew
virgin,
word,
yeah, a young maiden woman.
Yeah,
a young maiden woman. So, but you got the shit. You know, you could tell them like, hey, look, everybody 20 up. If it is 20 up or 18, 20 and up could go to war. They like, man, where you getting this wisdom at, man? This shit works. You got it from the Lord. You see what I'm saying? And then you can say, hey, look, anybody that just had a family, a new family, you can't go. Niggas gonna start looking around like, hey man, that's a good rule. Where's this young guy getting this wisdom at? See, so the law, statutes, commandments really give you power.
Let me read this precept. This James 1 and 5. It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that weareth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind of toss. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. So the reason why the Lord was, so the reason why the Lord, our Savior, Yahweh Shai, was looked at as being such wise was because he was following the ways of the Lord. Of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, because he's the creator. You know what I'm saying? He's the creator of Yahweh Shai, you know, who created all things, but he gave him the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? He was following the Most High's blueprint. So by him being the creator, then of course he's going to be able to give us the exact wisdom that we need to handle all situations, and that's why this law is so important. So when we go to handle any type of situation that we encounter, if we jump into the laws and see how the laws say to handle it, then it's always going to be handled right. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, people going to be looking at us like we wise, but it's really the knowledge of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we give all praise to the Most High.
Proverbs 1, verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. When you trying to break this down to a brother, y'all going back and forth, you asking questions, why this, why that, and you giving him the knowledge and the understanding in the Bible, and you going into the Bible with the precepts, a wise man will hear and will increase his learning. He's supposed to hear and increase his learning, not scoff, right? It says, and a man of understanding should attain into wise counsel, right? So you breaking this down to him, everything you saying making sense. This is what's going to dictate if he's a scoffer or not, if he's sitting back. Because if he's wise, he's going to be like, bro, that adds, just like with me and Quanah. With Quanah, man, this was years ago, because Quanah been in the truth for years now. Before he even got in the truth, I was breaking, he wasn't in the truth, but I was breaking some things down to him, but he was wise enough to put the pieces together himself and say, hey, he not bullshitting. The shit he's saying ain't bullshit. It makes sense. And the pieces come together, man. And that's because he was wise enough to get to that point. Just imagine trying to go to a fool and break something down. He's not going to get it. But if a guy is wise enough, then he can get it, and then he could increase. What did it say right here? And will increase learning. What did Quanah do? He increased his learning, man. It says, and a man of understanding shall attain into wise counsel, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark saying. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's the precept that you get, Proverbs 1 and 7. When a guy starts scoffing and he hates the Lord, man, you tell him, look, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. How you going to hate the Lord when the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge? You ain't got no fucking knowledge until you fear the Lord, man. It says, but fools, you a fool, man. Dudes that say they don't know the Lord, they don't follow him, why should they follow him? They're fools. Despise wisdom and instruction. So you giving them wisdom and instruction. Hey, don't do that way. Hey, I had a boy, I had a bro, one of my bros I grew up with, cool bro. He was having some shit going on with his lady. Of course, you don't get in a brother's business, but he asked me about some shit, and guess what I told him? He said, how you do your shit? Pretty much like how you run your household and shit like that. I said, hey, it's very simple, bro. Based off the law, statutes, and commandments. But he decided he didn't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. He didn't want to follow the Lord. And then he got the results he got. So when I tried to give him that wisdom and that instruction, he didn't take it. And if he would have took it, it probably would have been good for him, you know? Who knows? Probably not. When you get that precept, let's get in.
Which one? You just read Proverbs, right?
Yeah.
Which one? Proverbs 1?
Yeah. And then really, if you go into Wisdom of Solomon, shit, I'm like chapter 10 right now, but I done read the whole book though. But it really breaks down wisdom. Like when you really want some wisdom, go read the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, man. I'm right here, Wisdom of Solomon 10, just random precept, verse 6. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities. That's talking about doing Sodom and Gomorrah. Right? So the she is wisdom. Wisdom is a feminine spirit. The she is wisdom, but the Lord created wisdom. It says, for whose wickedness even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and the plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of the unbelieving soul. So that's going to happen here again in Mystery Babylon. Let's let me click it right now. Now let me prove that, because it mentions that the same thing that's going to happen, that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, with the fire and brimstone coming down, that's going to happen again here in America, which is Mystery Babylon. This is Jeremiah 49, verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup surely drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Meaning we went into captivity under the Edomites, the Romans, right? But it's going to happen to them too. They not going to go unpunished. I have sworn by myself, say that Basra, which is like a chief city place of Esau, so it's talking about just Esau,
right,
shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. That's going to happen here in America, man. Now, when you go down to verse 17, also Edom shall be a desolation. Every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, the 5 cities, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell. So that's what's going to happen when here in America. When this place is destroyed, when Russia send the nukes over here, no man's ever going to dwell in this land again, just like no man dwell in Sodom and Gomorrah. Just the same way Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed with fire and brimstone, America's going to be destroyed with fire and brimstone. That's in the Bible. This land was taken off deceit. This land was taken off robbery. This land was taken off, can you get that in effect too? Off wickedness, right? So there has to be a punishment for it, right? So we get punished, and then just like it just said, and I'll read it back again, Jeremiah 49, verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup surely drunken of it. The true Hebrew Israelites, the true Jews, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we went into slavery and captivity. We weren't supposed to, but we did because we sinned against our Lord. Not that the people was better than us, the Romans, the Edomites, that they were stronger or better than us. The Lord sent them against us to put us in captivity because we sinned against him, right? But those same people got a punishment for what they did to us coming, because you touched the apple of the Lord's eye. But they don't think they do. They think this place going to last forever. Shit, Egypt thought they was going to last forever. The Greeks thought they was going to last forever. They was the greatest kingdom on earth. Romans was the greatest kingdom on earth. They all came to an end, just like this place will come to an end. And we at the end right now. We see that it's coming to an end. That's why they're trying to get us off the dollar, because the currency is about to collapse, and they're trying to take us to the digital currency to try to kick the can down the street, but it's not going to work. That's why they're in war with Russia, man. They have to go to war with Russia, or this economy is going to collapse, man. So NATO is really behind it. Ukraine would have been destroyed. The only reason why they're still fighting because NATO is sending them weapons, sending them money and shit like that, which is going to lead to the war in the Bible. Could you scrap that? I'll find that. You can get that Revelation 13:9. Oh, sure, I'll find that one. And this is thus say the Bible. So, you know, before the Lord does anything, he sends his prophets out to prophesy, to teach the people, to warn the people what's going to happen. Most people look at his true prophets like they're nothing. So they don't want to hear it, but that's how the Lord works, right? Can you get that?
Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right. So it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear it. This is all we're saying. We're reading thus say the Bible. We're not going off our own heart like your pastor or your whoever, you know, preacher like he does. We reading out the Bible. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth in captivity shall be led into captivity. So we know we were led into captivity, so who did it? Well, whoever did it should go into captivity. This is out the Bible, not my words. Keep going. Read it back over.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So
how did these people get this land America? Because the Lord gave them technology to do it, man. The Lord gave them technology of what? The sword. A sword, which just means weapon, which is a gun. Now their biggest sword today, or their biggest weapon today, is a nuclear missile, a hypersonic nuclear missile. Which there's so many nuclear missiles on Earth. What do you think they're being made for? They're going to be used at an appointed time. It's just not the time yet, but they're going to be used, man. That's where the lake of fire is going to come from. Because when the elect was saved, when they went up and they was called up into the heavens with the Lord From a bird's eye view of looking down on the earth, it looked like a lake of fire. It's not talking about under the earth. They looking from a bird's eye view, and they're looking down on the earth, and they see a lake of fire going across America. That's what the lake of fire is. It's going to come by the Memphis, right? Here's Habakkuk 2, verse 11. For the stone should cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber should answer. So we crying out. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. So how was America built? I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist. If we are honest with ourselves, we'll say, well, it was built out of blood. They had to kill a lot of Native Americans, a lot of blacks, a lot of Mexicans. The Aztecs, the Spaniards came over and conquered the Aztecs, which are the Mexicans. You know, they killed them. So it was established out of blood, man. It says, establish a city by iniquity. Taking the people in slavery, stealing their land. You got the Trail of Tears of the Indians. You got the Indian Removal Act, where they made peace treaties, but out of iniquity, they went back on their peace treaties and tricked them and removed them out the land to take the gold that was in the land. So it says, woe to them that do that. So yeah, there's a punishment coming, but our time is not the Lord's time. You see what I'm saying? So to us, it's like a long time. To the Lord, that shit just happened a day ago. You know? You want to go back to which one just happened?
Yeah. Verse 9, this back in Deuteronomy 20, verse 9. And it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people.
Yeah, and you see that, I don't know if he is an Israelite or not, but the devil was around listening, but on that he had to get up out of here and leave. Because that's not me going off my heart. Well, he got an opinion, and then I got an opinion how America was. It's just simple. Hey, it says, woe to him that established a city off blood. Well, this place was established off blood. What does that mean? Woe to them. It's just that simple.
And then, you know, people think when they see the Bible, and they see brothers out here, and they see the Bible, they think they finna walk up to us. It's like these so-called Jehovah's Witnesses and these motherfucking Edomite pastors and shit be on the street corners lying to the people that the Lord coming back to save everybody. That's not the message you're gonna get from us. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the true message, and you're gonna get like whatever we own, and we're gonna let you know the real. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to make you feel good or not, unless you're an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Trying to let you know to come back into these laws. But other than that, yeah, we letting your ass know what's up.
And then we always, can you get Romans 1:22? I want you to read it, because that shit hard. Yeah. But we always, me and bro already got to understand it. We say, look, if the Edomite come up, because we had Edomites come up before, and we tried to deal with them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But that shit didn't go right. So it's pointless of trying to deal with them or build on a subject that they want to build on. So as soon as the Edomite come up, what do we say? We going straight to Revelation 13. Every single time. It don't matter. If Edomite come up, they want to talk, they want to ask something, we not going to let them dictate the conversation. We not going to cater to what they want to talk about. We going straight into, all I want to know from you is Revelation 13 and 9. Then we might go to Habakkuk 2. Then we was going to go to Isaiah 14. Then we was going to go to Isaiah 60. Then we was going to go to Isaiah 61. You see what I'm saying? We going straight into boom. Then we might touch in Amos 9. Then we might touch in Obadiah. You see what I'm saying? We going straight to cut mode.
Yeah, because just like we supposed to preach to our people to come back into the laws that they may seek salvation, we also supposed to preach to the other nations too, that the judgment that they got coming from the Lord.
Yep. Jeremiah 49. Yep.
We have to do that. You know what I mean? So
we going straight into cut mode. You can't play with them.
This is Romans 1, you said 21?
Yeah.
It say, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man.
We just read in Proverbs 1 about them being fools, man, because they want to take that wisdom, just like the conversation bro was having with somebody. You know? What did it say? It says, they became fools, man. Can you read that verse?
Verse 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Right there. They became fools. They think they question everything about the Lord. Well, why can't we have long hair? Why can't we eat pork and shrimp and lobster? Why can't we do that? The whole time this shit is going against you. You became a fool, but you thought you was wise because you thought you was a master in your own reality, man. The hair thing, we already been through that. That's in 1 Corinthians 11. That's a woman's shrink, man. It's not a man's shrink, man. But, you know, different camps have different understanding on it. But when you go to war, it's just that simple. If you go out and play basketball, you're going to be more effective without long hair, man. The greatest basketball players ever, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James, do they all have long hair down to their back? No. You see what I'm saying? If you go out to war, which we actually used to fight war with swords, you see what I'm saying? If they get a hold of your hair, they get a hold of your head, they can do whatever they want to do with you, man. And then how you supposed to be fighting with swords and shields and shit like that? You got all this hair flopping around and shit like that.
Getting all in your way and shit.
Getting all in your way and shit like that.
You done missed the potential blow that could have struck your enemy to death.
Yeah.
And now, since you missed that, now you strike, now you did.
See, these niggas just don't know, bro. Because shit been made soft today, bro. If you really go back to them ancient times, they was way tougher than us, man. They had to fight hand to hand with swords, man. Just to imagine being killed with a sword. When you know you fight hand to hand with sword, man, whoever get that first little blow, that could win them the whole fight, and then the other person's dead. So you had to have skill to fight with swords, man. You had to have real skill, because if he drop his sword, you block it, he drop it, he slice your leg, you done. He can slice your leg off and you done. So it was that little of margin for error when you sword fighting, man. All he got to do is get to your heart and stab you in the heart. So it's that little. So you had to be very skillful, man. We just read about, and that's the spirit, because we was just reading Deuteronomy 20 about men going to war. So when our men went to war, they didn't have long hair, man. They was getting prepared. It was so to the point, if you had a family, you couldn't go to war. If you was scared, you couldn't go to war. So there was stipulations on going to war.
And the reason being is because when it's wartime, you need to be focused on war. You know what I'm saying? Because it's life and death. Like, this is a life and death matter. So you can't have those little things like that clouding your mind up, knocking you off focus from the battle. You know what I mean? That's why it's like, I mean, it was like that. So
when you in the war, we might have 10,000 of us versus 10,000 of them. A lot, we understand. All 10,000 of us not gonna come home. A lot of our people gonna die in war, and a lot of they people. We just want more of they people to die than our people. So when you got on that battlefield, man, you want every advantage that you can get. The littlest advantages, anything, because that could be life or death for you. I mean, when you like this and there's 1,000 men all around you, and y'all just all fighting with swords, you turn around, somebody else try to hit you. You see what I'm saying? You turn around, somebody else try to hit you. You slice him down, then somebody else jump over him, try to hit you. Y'all just all fighting like that, man. Y'all better watch some of them old, like, Spartan movies.
A good one would be Gladiator.
Gladiator, yep. That's what I'm saying. I was talking about the 300.
Yeah,
300 is
that
good one too.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all better watch that shit, man.
Yep.
That's how they really used to get down. 300 is a real account, man. That was the Greeks versus the Persians, man. Cause Cause it was Babylon the Great. No, not Babylon the Great, but it was Babylon, ancient Babylon. Then from there, who came up? The Persian and Medes. Then from there, who came up? The Greeks. So that's a real account, man. That's a real account. So you had to have every little advantage, and that's the spirit, man. So y'all got to get past that hair shit. Yeah, you got long hair now because you ain't at war, but we about to be. Oh, you got hair right now because it make you look cute, because you think you a little ugly if you cut your hair off. A lot of these niggas with hair, bro, only thing that make them look cute is because they got the long hair, and that's why they don't want to get rid of it. If they cut their hair, they niggas gonna look like aliens, man. Hey, I'm talking about the gray ones that Esau made up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why they don't want to cut their hair, because they know they can't pull it off.
What they gonna look like?
I had long dreads too, bro. When I had long dreads, I looked real cute. I felt really confident about myself. My dreads, they was nicely done. I could braid them. They'd come down. I could put different colors. I looked real good. The girls would say, "Oh, I love this. I love your hair," and shit like that. But I cut my shit. I still could pull broads. I still could get wives without the hair. The hair don't make me, but some of you niggas, your hair make you, man. If you ain't had your hair, you wouldn't even feel good about yourself. Shit's sad as fuck. A whole man.
Look at me.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I got that.
And he still can pull chicks. He ain't wearing it. Folk ain't like, man, I gotta grow me some dreads, bro.
Man.
You
bro,
niggas kill me.
These niggas is so crazy when it comes down to what he's saying, and it's so true.
That's what he's speaking of.
Man, I know a nigga who got bald at the top. Literally, he bald at the top. Like, it's like his shit gone at the top. but it grows around the sides. His hair grow around the side, and he dreaded up that part and just wear hats and just let his dreads hang out. I'm like, man, it can't be that serious.
Man, when all hell break loose, you have to cut them anyways, bro. Cause just like imagine a city with no water and no power, no lights. How you gonna clean them? They gonna get all stanky. I had dreads. I know this for a fact, man. My dreads was like down to my damn waist when I cut them. I had dreads for over like 8 years or something like that. My shit was down to my waist. I had really nice, maintained, long dreadlocks. Thick, full, all that shit, man. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to dreadlocks, man. If you don't maintain that shit, watch that shit, it's gonna get stanky. So imagine when all hell break loose and your city don't have no power, man. There's no sanitation, there's nobody picking up trash. So the trash is just in the streets. You see what I'm saying? There's no the shit that cleans the water, the water not the water center or whatever it's called. That shit filterizes the water that goes through the city, man, and cleans it. When that goes down because there's no power to run it, all the water is gonna be dirty. Can you get that in Revelations 8? And we gotta find it. All the water's gonna be contaminated, dirty. So you ain't gonna be able to clean your hair every day, man. You're gonna be out in the wilderness, you're gonna be ducking behind bushes, you might have to get in mud, you might have to get in dirt so you could just live and survive. Them dreads gonna get stanky, that shit gonna get hot, that shit gonna be heavy, and you wanna know what a lot of dudes gonna be doing? They gonna be cutting that shit off. So cause it's gonna be more about survival. So it's gonna come, man. Let me see if I gotta find where it says.
Revelation 8 verse 10, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star were called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter.
They were made bitter, meaning the waters were made contaminated. And that's going to happen because you're going to have a lot of missiles hitting a lot of different lakes, hitting oceans, nuclear missiles. Shit, Russia got a torpedo, a nuclear torpedo. Look that up. If you think I'm lying, look that up. Right? So it's going to be a lot of war at sea. And a lot of these different rivers, and look at what just happened in Ukraine. They just blew up a whole fucking dam. And that whole dam got all that water flooding in. So you're going to have a lot of dead fish, a lot of dead creatures in the sea, and that's going to contaminate. You're going to have nuclear leaks. You're going to have oil leaks because they're going to be targeting each other, oil facilities and shit. And when they blow that shit up, that shit just falls in the water, man.
Yeah.
So that's going to contaminate the water to the point where, shit, you'll be lucky if you find a little stream of water or fresh water so you can get something to drink. The Lord delivered you if that happened. So you ain't going to be able to maintain dreads, man. You ain't going to be finding trees with honey and roots twisting your dreads and shit. Your dreads going to be real, so you want to cut that shit off anyway. You know what I'm saying? Niggas think they going to be just like Bob Marley out here when all hell break loose. Nah, you niggas going to be like, man, I got to cut this fucking hair, bro. I'm going to die. Bugs and shit flying around, bugs getting in your hair and shit like that. How you gonna be able to maintain to know if it's bugs in your hair? Yeah, you can do that now. You go home and take a shower. But imagine when you out here in the wilderness, man. You gonna have to cut that shit off, man.
It's back in Deuteronomy 20 and...
No, we still in Romans. We looking.
Oh, we still in Romans?
We still gotta cook, bro, because these guys they hate the Lord, man. So we ain't fucking around with it. You know, professing themselves to be wise. We just went off onto the dread thing, but we made some legitimate points, right?
We go see.
When it came to me to decide, choose the Lord, choose my hair, I choose the Lord. Some people, and that's why we still here in captivity, and that's why we went into slavery. So when we mad at ourselves, when you mad at the Lord for being here in slavery, we gotta blame ourselves, man, because we was doing dumb shit like we wouldn't follow the Lord. That gave us power because we wanted long hair. Or we wanted to eat pork. Simple shit, man.
All types of crazy shit.
We gave up rulership over the earth because we wanted to eat pork, follow strange gods, have long hair, bullshit like that.
Crazy. Verse 20, Romans 1, verse 23. And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things.
Right. So in the Esau to the power scene, you see most of them, you know, they Now they in the power seat, pretty much breaking it down. So they say, hey, y'all wanna follow Santa Claus and strange gods? Okay, y'all can do that. We gonna give y'all a whole bunch of them. Y'all wanna eat pork? Look, or we gonna tell our preachers and our pastors to tell y'all that y'all can eat pork and just be forgiven for y'all sins, and just be dumped underwater and be forgiven and be saved. We gonna let y'all do that. Y'all wanna get tattoos? Y'all wanna do all this shit? We gonna let y'all do that. And the whole time Esau's in power. That's a deeper conversation. That goes to Judith chapter 5, I believe. And 20, where it talks about their job is to keep us in sin so they can keep power over us.
Verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up unto uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
And that's what these dudes do. They want to worship their kids. They want to worship their woman. They want to put their woman, their kids over God. They want to put their friends and how their friends look at them.
Yeah, because they look at the Most High. They look at the Creator as like just another nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Yeah, I don't know him. I'm not going to. I mean, I'm not going to die for. I'm not going to die for you over my wife and my kids. Like, cause they don't understand, and that's. And this goes into it's gonna bring it out in this chapter 2 when it talks about reprobate minds. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the Lord gave them up into reprobate mind, for them to have that type of mind frame. And that's why when I was having that conversation with the brother, after that I prayed to the Lord and asked him to please never put me in that type of mind frame and never let my mind go astray like that, because it's like real scary when you think about it. No bullshit. Like, it's real messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because when you having conversations with people and you see the way they think, they thought pattern, they thought process when it comes down to the Bible, and how so disconnected from it that they is, and then you like, man, I could be like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's real scary. Verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
And that's the scary part that bro was just talking about. Because you scoff against the Lord, you blaspheme against the Lord gonna give you over to some shit. Now that you just talk shit about the Lord, say you don't know him, you don't want to follow him, you don't want to follow that Bible and all that shit, watch out for your next couple months.
Hey, I like how you put that though. You said the Lord gonna give you over to some shit. He's gonna hand you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you
to
gave,
the demons,
man, if you gave over to anything into this world, where you doomed.
Yeah, yep. And really, that could be a test from the Lord. Like the Lord put you, he might have put you in a position to have a conversation with somebody, and he's testing you to see how you gonna act, because you might be on the last straw. Yeah. Where the Lord probably had this shield around you, but now, since you failed this test, now he finna give you over to demons. He finna let them demons he finna take his shield off of you, that protection off of you, and just let them demons get to you.
But they don't believe that. Yeah. They don't believe that. See, they don't. They like a lot of times, like, you will find out that people don't even really actually believe in the Most High.
Yeah.
They only speak on them because they've been hearing them all their life. Yep. You know, they don't really believe, so they don't think, like, you know what I'm saying? You might be going into a conversation with a brother about, well, we're not supposed to have long hair. Why? Well, God said this. Oh, fuck that. I ain't trying to hear that. Ooh. And then a couple months later, you realize your shit falling out.
Yeah, that's why I just said, watch out for your next couple months.
Yeah. Watch out. Your shit falling out. You like, man, and you don't even understand why.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got a reprobate mind. You can't even see past. You don't have no type of spiritual discernment.
There's head diseases like, I forgot, it starts with an A, alopecia, where you could just develop that and your hair start falling. It don't matter what you do.
Yeah.
You can twist the shit up good. You can put honey in it. You see how that? You can go to the salon and have them clean it. You know how they do that special
Take
clean,
vitamins and shit.
beeswax and shit like that. But your hair is still just gonna fall off, man. And you could just develop that at any point of time in your life, man. You start getting bald spots. Now your shit looking weird. Now your shit falling out. Now you sitting up there
You
feeling
got
bad about
dreads.
yourself.
You start noticing dreads just falling out. You like, damn, a whole dread done fell out.
All because you blasphemy against the Lord for some goddamn hair.
This getting critical out here, man. We still looking at that?
Yeah, so we gotta get the haters.
Okay, verse 29. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit,
They just want to debate with you about the Lord. Keep going.
malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters,
They proud because they scoffing against the Lord because they think they on the level of the Lord and they can question the Lord. Keep going.
inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God that they which commit such things are worthy of death. God,
That's
damn.
it. They say you worthy of death, and that's what we try to tell you, bro. Don't talk like that.
Yeah,
don't
man.
think like that, bro, because you can get put to death. Not it ain't on us. we trying to do what we gotta do. We trying to help you out, bro. Nah, bro, that's not the way of the Lord, because you gonna get put to death, bro.
Playing
You know
around.
what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
You see what I'm
saying?
saying? It says covenant breakers, and that's what it goes back to the law, statutes, commandments. That's how you break the covenant, man. And you still want to do it. We trying to help you figure out how to try to follow the covenant to the best of your ability. Now you can't do it perfect. Yes, we got grace. We understand that, but that don't mean, like you said in Romans 3 verse 31, should we then make void of the law through faith? God forbid. So yeah, we got faith, but you can't make void of the law. It goes together. You see what I'm saying? So we just trying to help you out at the end of the day, so you don't get put to death. When that you get put to death in a couple weeks or a month, we might be a little bit sad, but at the same time, we gonna have to look at each other and say, hey, man, he fought against the Lord. That was the Lord's will. Just is what it is. We try to help you, man. We try to give you an understanding and wisdom, and you rejecting it, professing yourself to be wise, you became a fool. Well, we get back to this. Haters of God, man. Guys, they said full of debate, just want to debate you about the Bible. They don't know nothing about the Bible. They quote something in the Bible, you say, give me a precept and verse that is. They don't know. They can't tell. I don't know what precept and verse it is. You get on the precept and verse, and then they still want to debate you about it. When you knew it and they didn't know it. It's like, come on, bro.
Anything just to go against the Lord, but like you said, let Esau come tell him to do something, bro. And then this was so crazy. Man, I gotta speak on this. Fuck that, right? This would be so crazy, bro, is because the particular, like you know who I'm talking about. This particular, he worked for Edomite, and I'm talking about pretty much be on his knees for this man, bro.
Yeah,
and it's sad.
Bring it out.
You know what I'm saying? And so like, and then when you see that, and they get to talking like, oh, like they, yeah, man, it's just crazy, man.
Won't question anything this Edomite tell him to do.
Exactly.
Edomite tell you get up 3 in the morning, go do something, you going to go do it. He basically your master. You ain't got nothing but good things to say about him and everything. But then when it comes to the Lord, I don't know that dude. I ain't following that man. Fuck that dude. You saying blasphemy shit like that, but this Edomite that's over you, since he's giving you money and you collecting a check, you do everything you want. We always said this, bro, when we was up there. We always said the same thing, man. If we was giving everybody $1,000, everybody named mama be down here. So for that money with Esau's face on it, that dollar with Esau's face on it, get everybody in the city down here. Just like stimulus checks did. Got everybody got a stimulus check. You see all I'm saying? So that money will get them to do what you want with Esau's face on it. But it says, render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Render to the Lord what belongs to the Lord. We ain't telling you not to get your money to pay your bills. Go get your money to pay your bills. But what belongs to the Lord, the spirit, the soul, get that to the Lord, man. Don't get that to Esau. But they want to get that to Esau, though. So that's where the MOTB going to come into play at. You're going to have to choose a side, man. And you're going to be stuck there. Right? So yeah, they will do everything for Esau, but when you just tell them, hey, bro, read the Bible, there's some wisdom and knowledge in the Bible. They don't want to follow it. As soon as they say, hey, thou should not eat swine. Oh, I can't. I'm out. I can't read. Why do I gotta follow that? How is that fair? Why do I gotta do that if I've been eating bacon and shit?
Bro,
Why do I gotta do
I'm
that?
healthy. I ain't nothing wrong with me. Like, I ain't sick or nothing. You know, people say, but it ain't did nothing to me. All right, bro.
But Esau, that's his boss at work, tell him, hey, stop doing this way and do it that way. No questions. Okay.
And the way you've been doing it been working for you the whole time.
Yep. But he come and switch it up. Switch the
You had no question.
Yeah.
Like you don't. Well, damn. This way I've been doing it been working for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting it done. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's the point? All right. You don't have no question. You just bow down and go right along with it.
Yep.
Whatever Esau says.
It's crazy. It shows you the difference. We can just we back in Deuteronomy.
Yeah. This Deuteronomy 20 and verse 10. Thou comest nigh unto the city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee.
So and that's just what it is, man. They got to go into slavery. That's gonna happen when we go back to the land. A lot of those nations around, they going into slavery. All nations going into slavery. Because we're going to take it back.
Verse 12, and if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. And when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thy hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword.
So this is talking about war. This is how you go to war. So when you get to the city to take it over, you give them a chance to surrender. You say, hey, y'all got to surrender. And now they going into servitude. But if they don't want to surrender, then first all the males got to be put to death, because those are the ones that have the power.
Yep.
Once you put all them to death, then the little children and the woman gonna remarry with your man, your people. You see what I'm saying? So that's gonna happen when we take the world over, man. Yes, brothers are gonna have wives of all different nations, man, and concubines of all different nations, man.
Because we're gonna be in rulership over all the nations of the earth. We're gonna be in rulership of the earth, and the people, the heathen nations of the earth is gonna be subject to us.
Yeah. And we gonna get them women, and you know, women go where the power at. So we got the power, all the women gonna want an Israelite. So that's and we gonna read more about that in the next chapter next week. You got it.
But we still we still a moral-based people, so we're not just gonna be taking people's wives. You know, the Bible go against that. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna be taking they potential wives, what they thought could have been their wives.
They'll be taking wives from other nations. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, this Edomite, he might get put to death. She could remarry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they going to be getting put to death, too, for breaking laws. It's not going to be like unright. I put him to death to take his wife like King David did. It's not going to be that way. Right. It's going to be his ass broke a law. He got put to death, and his wife because he took it.
Verse 14. But the woman and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. Right. So that's letting you know the type of Lord that we're dealing with. We're not dealing with no how the Christian church try to this image of the Lord of just love all, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. That's not true. Just letting you know right here who he really is. You know what I'm saying? There's two sides to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you sit in church and say, hey, pastor, could we do a breakdown today on Deuteronomy 20 and then a breakdown on Deuteronomy 21 and then 22? Could we go through those 3 chapters today? Because I want to figure out how the Lord does things and what the Lord says to do. Watch him come up with some bullshit, man. Well, the Lord's all love now because when Jesus came, man, come on, the Lord does not change. So you saying the Lord was this way and then he not that way no more? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and they also try to say that when Yahweh Shai came on the scene, that all of the things that was before him was just kicked out.
Yeah.
So the law and everything was kicked out. He came, he fulfilled the law, so the law don't exist no more. All the ways, everything that has set up
in the Old Testament is done.
It's done.
Old, don't read that no more. How convenient is that?
That's
Just say,
crazy.
you see what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. So why do we still have it? It says all Scripture is inspiration of the Lord. All of it.
And that video, and just like that video you had sitting with them older brothers when they said like they separated the Bible, and they should have never separated the Bible. there shouldn't be no such thing as an Old Testament and a New Testament.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It should just be the Bible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how the Christians get you into thinking that, okay, we don't have to live like this no more. We live like this. But back in the old days, it was just one book.
Yeah, because when Yahushua came, what you call the New Testament, those books didn't exist.
Exactly.
When he came. So what was he reading of? What was he teaching? The Old Testament.
Exactly. Verse. Yeah.
So you gotta remember that. Like, that's a fact. When Yahushua was on earth, all that New Testament, Paul's writings and stuff, that didn't exist.
It's real life.
So what they had, what they was breaking down, what they was teaching, was that Old Testament.
Verse 15. Thus shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of these nations, but of the cities of these people which the Lord thy God doth give thee for an inheritance. Thou shalt save alive nothing that breedeth.
So you either gonna give up and y'all just gonna be servitude under us? Because a lot of people, I believe that them Ishmaelites over there in Saudi Arabia, I think they just gonna get down with us when we get the power. I think they gonna give up, they gonna want to make deals and shit, and they gonna just get down with whatever we put. But Esau, he gonna fight against us. That's why we going through the law, and then everything of Esau gonna be wiped off, like you said, Obadiah 1. So, showing you, they just give up willingly, but they not gonna do it. You think these dickheads that be around? Well, let me not say that. You think these dudes that be around here watching us and shit, you think they gonna wanna just give up? If the Lord gave us power and we came down and said, hey, look, we empowered them, give up. You think they gonna give up? No, it says a great multitude should be prepared to fight against them that come out the sea. They gonna fight, man. That's good, because we want them to.
Verse 17. But thou shalt utterly. So it's like 3 more verses. But thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations which they have done unto their gods, so should ye sin against the Lord your God. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time, and making war against it to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them. For thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down. For the tree of the field is man's life, to employ them in the siege. This is the last verse. Only the trees which thou knowest that they be not trees for meat, thou shalt destroy and cut them down, and thou shalt build bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee until it be subdued.
So you just got a little bit of knowledge and wisdom on going to war and how we'll take over cities, man. You know, but next week going to be even more deeper in Deuteronomy 21. So we're going to leave it there. We're going to give our praises to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakradash.
Shalom.
Shalom.